Welcome to Desert Island Drive-In. What? The Desert Island Gamer spin-off show with 10 toes dipped into the film Happy Lagoon. One desert island, one guest, 3 wonderful films, 1 woeful film, and a big screen character. It could be weird, it could be unhinged, it will have crappy sound quality, but at least it will still be short. To the drive-in! Welcome to Desert Island Drive-In, the Desert Island Gamer spin-off show all about films. I already have it on good authority from a prominent time traveller that this podcast is universally adored in 2076. So that's something to look forward to. Today on the show, the very first drive-in show, we have Chloe.
Hi.
Hi, Chloe. So, Chloe, are you a big fan of films in general?
Yeah, I watch a lot of films.
Perfect. You're cut out for this show then. Any particular genres of movies?
I like horror movies.
There might be a bit of a scary film or two in this list.
I wouldn't say scary, but like...
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. You would know the rules.
Mm-hmm.
We won't go through them again, but we will play Icebreaker Questions. Chloe, if you could travel back to any period in time, where would you go?
I don't know, like probably the 80s.
The 80s? That's
Just
not
'cause
very
it's
far.
Like, I know, but it was just like cool. You know, you had like Elton John was at his peak. You had good movies coming out. It was just...
Shoulder pads.
Yeah, good
wild
fashion.
colours.
Mullets.
Mullets.
Great.
Mullets, Tiger King has brought the mullet back.
I love mullets.
Will you be spotting a mullet soon?
Yeah.
80s, I was there. It wasn't that good, but the movies were great.
Yes.
Invisibility or super strength?
Invisibility. It's because you can just go anywhere and like no one would know. Sounds a bit...
Boring.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go
It's just I'd
anywhere.
rather be invisible than strong.
For reasons.
Just if I had to pick between the two.
What does a person need to be happy?
Or do they need to be happy?
What do they need in their life to be happy?
I don't know, probably like a goal. Something to like work towards. 'Cause if you're not working towards anything, you're just doing nothing and you should be bored. So
that's
a goal.
That's a very serious answer.
What did you think I was going to say?
Like, haircut,
A haircut, a
Xbox,
tattoo.
Sky TV. Yeah, you went like a goal in life. That is Icebreaker Questions. Out the way. Thank goodness for that. Let's move on. We'll start with your first choice for a great film you're going to be taking to the desert island. Go.
Fight Club.
Fight Club. Epic film.
My favourite movie.
What is it about Fight Club that you adore?
Just the fact that you've got to watch it like 4 times to really know what's going on. It's just mental.
Yeah, and you sort of get a different experience every time you watch
and like
it.
you see somewhere else. It's just a great movie.
Yeah, the actual bombshell in that is epic.
Yeah.
Like, that is a proper bombshell.
But I didn't get it the first time I watched it. I got it the second time I watched it.
I should probably say spoiler alert. There's going to be spoilers probably throughout this podcast. Who is the best in the movie though? Is it Brad Pitt or is it Edward Norton?
I'd say Edward Norton. I think he's better at acting in that movie. But I would also argue that Helen Bonham Carter's character is better than Brad Pitt's character as well.
Oh, that's a bold call. She is good in that though as well.
Yeah.
Some people talk about that as a breaking out of period drama roles into something a bit gritty, and that is gritty. Best scene?
Probably when you find out, like at the end, when you find out and everything kind of comes together. And then at the end when all like the buildings collapse and you've got the music.
Pixies.
Yeah.
But equally good is when Edward Norton beats himself up in his boss's office.
That is a good scene.
That's a very good scene.
Yeah.
Very good start. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Film 2.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Another great film.
It's just funny, it's awkward, it makes you uncomfortable, but it makes you laugh.
So what do you consider it to be though? Is it a comedy? Is it a romantic comedy? Is it just a high school story?
No, I think it's just a comedy. I think it's like a cult classic. It's amazing. It's like up there.
I think it's a romantic comedy.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because, you know, at the start of the film, and he wants to play tetherball, and he asks some girl if she wants to play tetherball, and she just, like, brushes him aside, not interested.
Yeah.
Then he has the whole thing with Pedro, he does his cool dance, and then at the end, he asks Deb if she wants to play tetherball, And she says yes.
That's true.
Romantic comedy.
I guess it could be considered that.
Yeah. Favourite scenes, apart from the dance?
Apart from the dance. I think the scene when he has the fight with his brother in the living room is just really funny. When I think they're going to like answer the door or something, they keep hitting each other. That's funny.
That is good.
And when they go to the karate class. That's funny.
Oh, and he keeps slapping.
Yeah, that is funny.
Oh no, that is very funny. Do you have bow staff skills?
No.
Oh. Do you see more of yourself in Napoleon or his brother? Or are you somewhere?
Napoleon. Just awkward.
Awkward, good dancer.
Yeah.
That's a good choice. I love both of them films, but can you keep it up?
No.
Can you get the hat trick film free?
Beetlejuice.
Go on, tell me why it's great.
It's like a mixture of like really dark humour with like kids humour, and then you've got the amazing scene where they sing at the dinner table and all the adults start singing and dancing and they don't really know why, and it's just a great movie.
I didn't like that scene.
Did you not?
No,
It's
that's weird,
so
isn't
funny.
it? I like that film to the point where they invoke Beetlejuice.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then I kind of was like, it's still good, but it just lost it a bit. I love just the bit where they're kind of trying to find the way
Yeah,
in
and
the
like working
afterlife.
out how to be dead.
Yeah. But yeah, it is a great film. I think it's one of Michael Keaton's best
I
performances.
think it's the only film I've seen him in.
Well, in that case,
couldn't
it's
name
his
another
very best
film he's
performance.
in.
Favourite scene?
The
dinner
where
table
they
dancing.
Yeah, it's just great.
Yeah, Winona Ryder in it as well, of
Yeah,
course, from
she's
Stranger
great.
Things. Yeah.
I think she's done better stuff than Stranger Things though.
What else has she done better than Stranger
She's done,
Things?
obviously she was in Beetlejuice. She did Edward Scissorhands, great movie.
Heathers,
great movie. I think she's done better stuff than Stranger Things, especially when she was younger.
Stranger Things was her like rebirth.
Yeah,
she's
that's
back.
true.
But she's only in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
She's not back, really.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think Stranger Things deserves the hype it gets, though. It's a bit overrated.
That won't go down well. Beetlejuice, is it one you regularly dig out at Halloween, or do you just watch it all year?
Whenever, because I'm like a big Tim Burton fan.
Okay,
I
since
reckon
you've said
so.
that, top 3, Tim Burton.
Well, Beetlejuice, then Sweeney Todd, and then probably Edward Scissorhands.
Oh my, Sweeney Todd is the worst musical ever
It's
made.
amazing.
It's every line, it's like they have to sing every single line.
That's why it's great.
It's the worst musical ever made, in my opinion. You adore it. Right, 3 great movies, 2 great movies and Beetlejuice. Now a film you absolutely hate that you're going to burn to keep warm on the island.
Twilight.
Oh, the entire saga.
The entire
Let's be
saga,
really warm.
yeah.
Burn the lot.
Hate it. And even the actors that were in it hate it. It's bad.
The actual actors themselves.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson hates Twilight. Like, more than anyone hates Twilight.
Yeah, but he's gone on to do some good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Kristen Stewart's gone on to show the sort of range that Robert Pattinson...
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson in The Lighthouse, even though it's the weirdest film I've ever seen, is ridiculously
I've
good.
not seen that.
And obviously he's the new Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Why, though, this film franchise above so many others?
It's just bad. Like, it's the only way I can describe it is just bad. And, like, if you watch, like, the last one, the CGI baby is the most disturbing thing. Like, it's worse than any horror movie I've ever watched. It's awful.
Yeah, that is very, very poor. And it's a bit cliche.
Yeah.
And it's a bit...
Like, the vampires sparkle. Like, it's just not right.
It's not the Lost Boys, is it?
No.
But anyway, vampires don't sparkle, they rip you to shreds.
Yes.
Now, one character who's joining you on the island, and that will be...
Data from the Goonies.
Data! Quality!
This took me so long to decide, and I finally settled on
Now,
him.
before you tell me why, just be aware that most of his inventions don't work.
Yeah, but he can still make stuff, and he already has stuff that he's made, like those lights that he has. They'd
Very
be great
short
for
battery life.
Yeah, but they'd be great for in the dark.
Only for about 3
They
seconds.
still work.
He does have his pincers of power.
Yeah, his fist that punches people.
Punches himself in the face.
He's great. He can make stuff.
I like him a lot, Data. Chunks is funnier, though.
Yeah, but he's a bit helpless, isn't he? Like, he gets locked in that freezer with the ice cream, and then he actually gets kidnapped by the bad people.
Data is a good
Yeah.
choice. Terrible inventions.
But he can still invent stuff.
You can. Who's the worst inventor, Data or the dad from Gremlins?
I haven't seen Gremlins in so long, I don't know what he makes.
What? His toothbrush pops out, it squirts toothpaste on it, then goes everywhere. He's got a juicing machine that explodes in the entire kitchen. He buys a Mogwai that's the most ridiculous pet in the world.
Well, then he would be the worst.
Yeah, exactly.
So obviously I'm going to take Data instead of him.
Why is a Mogwai the most ridiculous pet in the world?
Because they turn into gremlins.
Yes, but why?
Why do they turn into gremlins?
Think about
Don't you
a
get them
Mogwai.
wet?
Right, you get them wet, right? Think about the implications. You cannot get your mogwai wet. Can it drink?
No.
Can it get its lips wet?
No.
Why it drink? Exactly. So that is one dehydrated pet. You can't put them in light. Sunlight kills them. So that is a dehydrated, darkness dwelling, smelly pet because it can't wash. And you can't feed them after midnight. But when can you feed them?
Yeah, when it's like the cut off.
Exactly. I've had this thought many times. He says don't feed them after midnight. So on day 1, midnight, right, won't feed them. It's 8 in the morning.
Yeah, when can
it's
you,
still
like,
after midnight.
start
Can you
again?
feed them? This bothers me a lot, as I have a lot of sleepless nights wondering how you look after a mogwai.
I can imagine.
Don't get me one. Let's recap. 3 good films: Fight Club, Napoleon Dynamite, Beetlejuice. I think everyone would pretty much universally accept they are class films. Nothing too controversial there.
Nope.
And you burnt Twilight again. That's not a controversial choice in my opinion. No. And you took Data with you. Proper little cool guy. Yeah. And he's got his pincer of power. Yeah. He's got his slick shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what he'd use. They'd be on the island, but...
But, like, if, like, he didn't have those, the bad people would have, like, caught the Goonies.
Yeah, but that's in the Goonies. You're on a desert island.
No, but exactly, he's, like, really useful. Like, he's basically the reason that they survived.
I mean, yeah, no. Technically, that's all he did.
But if he hadn't have done that, they would have caught him.
That was his contribution. His pincers of power saved himself. He punched himself in the face with his boxing glove. His lights only lasted 3 seconds and basically just blinded the rest of the Goonies while they were on.
What did the other kids do?
Think about the other kids. Chung brought Sloth to the table.
Okay.
There's your hero.
Right.
Mikey had the map and took him on the adventure. Mouth
didn't do anything. He was just there.
Yeah. Mouth was just the comic value.
Yeah.
Andy, the girls.
Well, did she play the piano?
Yeah,
so
she played the
got them
piano.
out of that, but the other two kind of useless.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I don't know why we're talking Goonies.
No.
And that will bring us to the end of your epic adventure in film, and your time on the desert island has only just begun as you spend many nights devising devices like slick shoes and punching yourself in the face with a boxing glove. Thank you, Chloe.
Thank you.
And goodbye.
Bye.